Good morning, friend. We are discussing about the Vision Daily 5 question answer, and this time they also give some point of revision of the weekly focus idea of the vision itself. They are issuing 6 or 7 pages of the comprehensive detailed way topic, and after 2 or 3 days, it give revision part also, so that we can revise in a much more short and abridged way. Let's discuss the way how we can connect with the India Myanmar Thailand trilateral highway, in which he gave in a very summarized and very small way for the revision purpose. Number first, 1360 kilometer long border trilateral highway between the India and Myanmar Thailand is have with these countries of India is a step toward connecting Northeast India to the Southeast Asia via land route to bring more economic development to the landlocked northeastern region. So you know very well that northeastern region are connected with the Siliguri corridor with the India mainland part through this chicken neck corridor and the northeast India. So it is very much divided part of this. If this is gone, the whole northeast India gone to other hand, or more probably, if I can recall, the hegemonic state or the country there is China itself. So it is very much danger for us. So it is very important to connect land route, sea route, air route. So proper infrastructure connectivity can be established with the northeast India, and it is possible because of the nearby country, so that they can help in and all over world recognize it. For example, if you are talking about the Arunachal Pradesh, where many of the projects are not given approval because of the funding issue, because China always make hindered. For example, if World Bank wanted to invest in the Arunachal Pradesh region, and then the China, because of the Security Council member, he stopped that investment. So it is very important for us to collaborate with the neighboring country, for example, whether it be the Bangladesh, whether it be Myanmar and Thailand, so that we can connect our northeast India with the mainland India, so the proper infrastructure development can be done through, and the time should be reduced, and many experts believe that it should be in a hostile or expeditious manner should be reduced. Let's say the to bring more economic development to the landlocked northeastern region. So I think you should be cleared in this way how it is important for India to connect northeast with the neighboring country, and our relation with the neighboring country also important because of the extraterritorial or non-state actor involved in that, and it also be the khatra or danger for our own security or the fraternity among the Indians. Let's say it will be linked more India to Mesot, Thailand through Bagan in Myanmar, and may be extended to Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam. It means that it can be further be extended through this trilateral if you first completed. India is undertaking construction of 2 projects under the trilateral highway project in Myanmar, 120.74 km Kalewa Yagi road section and 69 bridges on the 149.70 km Tamau Kiangone Kalewa and road section. The Kalewa Yagi road section is among the most challenging of the stretches of the trilateral highway with a steep gradient. The most difficult part of the whole northeastern region is because of there is a much more humongous and a big hill mountain found there, and it also be the roadblock between the communication transportation between us and northeast India. And one major hindrance because of these whole thing, why it is not so we cannot develop this region. The first reason can go for the British itself. They do not wanted to indulge in the cultural activity, but then they stop the outgoing and the ingoing of the people there. But the most difficult part they are creating is that we cannot conclude, or they wanted autonomy and we cannot intrude because of the whole set of British laws there. So see, they do not have a culture of the outgoing from their own on their own place. Why we are introduced? That also be the question. But whenever there is a highway construction or the road development or the highway project completed, there will always be a protest there because of the cultural contact between these tribes, and they are much more introduced the endogamous group. And when we exposed to such kind of infrastructure project, the problem is the cultural contact. And they do not wanted to introduce their own culture, and that lead to the ghettoization and their own economic less development. But at the same point of time, you know very well that the literacy rate in northeast region is much more higher, but we cannot compare it with the economic development with the proportional to the education qualification that they had. They possess much more higher qualification as compared to the northeast region, North India region, for example the UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, like that. But the level of their education cannot congruous with the economic development that they have, because of the road development, because of the connectivity of mainland India and various regions. The economic and the economic development and the education should go in hand with the education qualification, but that does not possess like that. If I further elongate with the northeast region, but the whole problem was start why they get the higher education there, because of the RT successful, number first thing. Number second, the awareness that is created by the missionaries there, and because of you very well known that the tribe are much more related to the Christian than the Hinduism. Anyway, the National Highway Authority of India is the technical executing. See, whenever there is a border area where development is done, the whole organization that exercise this power is the BRO, Border Road Organization, that under the Ministry of Defense. But this trilateral highway or the national highway between the Myanmar, Thailand and India, it is executing by the National Highway Authority of India. It is a technical executing agency, and both projects are being funded by the Government of India under the grant assistance to the Government of Myanmar. It means that we are also providing the help to the government, and we providing the soft loan to the government so that they can build this trilateral highway, and being successful, if we can expand it to the Vietnam, Laos and various other countries in the region. A motor vehicle agreement for the seamless movement of the passenger, personnel and cargo vehicle along road linking the three countries in the intergovernmental negotiation. It means that the companies also included, government also included, the success rate of this highway might be much more higher as compared to other projects that India always be accused of, that thing that India could not complete their project in a timely manner. So that the upper hand with the China, they complete in a very expeditious way. Just they are conquering this whole area through their investment project. And other than this thing, and after passing of some time, the whole region dependent upon the China because of the generous nature of the investment that they are providing. But after some point of time, they realize that they commit the biggest mistake of their own cultural, at the cost of their own cultural economic point of view, because they are जितनी जल्दी वो इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं उतना जल्दी वो वहाँ से अपना सारा का सारा रिसोर्स निकाल के लेकर जाते हैं. एंड देन द पर्पस ऑफ द चाइना इज कंप्लीट, द होल एरिया गेट वाइड एंड दे आर नॉट going to help in the maintenance of that infrastructure. That is the biggest problem with the China, and their project is like that. They are not mentioning in a proper and they using the so expandable language that all at the prime phase they seems like that is all good, the deal is good, but when we read between the line we find out that the whole project is not good for that ecological and resourceful area where the China is gone introduced. But problem with China is that they are introduced always with the territory where is a full of resources they found there. I compare it with the India, China, Thailand, or the relation with the neighboring country, and you can make this point in other answer also. For example, international relations, you not need not to go into much more of detail, but you have to know your current happening in the time to day to day time, and the origin and the objective of any country to invest in energy. For example, if you are talking about the Africa region, where India always be made the soft power there, because we wanted to invest in the education, economic infrastructure, or making the or the building of the democracy. For example, parliament in Afghanistan, making of the port. But they are introduced where they make investment in roadway, highway, that is important for the growth of the country. But at the same point of time, they extract all the resources. After some point of time, there is no need to their road, because there is no to found any resource. Why we have a resource? Why we find why we made the road where the resources found? Because we can extract whole resources and make use of it. But that does not happen after some point of time, because they always be a limiting tendency of land, limiting factor is there, and the huge time period is used to make that resources in that area. We could not find anywhere the volcano is erupted and the whole lot of resources, mineral are above the land. That is not happening in one day, but it is the time time of 3 or 5 million years ago, we cannot go into the past, and if the same pace, if we are using the whole resources, the day is much more nearer in the future that we face even much more scarce of natural resources, and many people could not get these resources benefit, and the economic development because of the hunger, because of the less deprivation, and following reason people are eliminating from that because our population is much more high and the resources not so much so, and few countries or the few people in the countries of that particular country that hold on resources, and that include that may harness the stratification in the country. That should not be done, and it is the responsibility of the international community or the international organization, for example United Nations and the FAO, MP, etc., so that they can proper pay heed on this issue. Let's see what is the strategic significance if we make that this trilateral highway boosting trade and commerce in the ASEAN region, India free trade areas, facilitating faster movement of goods and people, as well as with the rest of the Southeast Asia. Among ASEAN, for example, the Association of Southeast Asian Nation countries, Myanmar enjoy a unique position for India as it is the only member state of ASEAN that has both land and maritime border with the India. So it is very important we have establish our relationship with the Myanmar in a very good manner, and we share the international borderline of 1614. It is humongous, I think so. And for example, if you are talking about the Arunachal Pradesh that share the border of the 520 km, Myanmar 389, Mizoram 510, and Nagaland 215 km. Given the geographical significance, some location of NER, enhanced engagement with the ASEAN under the Act East policy may generate new economic opportunity, thereby fueling growth in the NER, as IMT being one of the biggest infrastructure projects in the region. So AEP designed to provide economic opportunity to the northeastern region to benefit from its vast border and vibrant neighbor, the growing Southeast Asian country. NER considerably high growth potential can be unlocked if border infrastructure and transportation highway in particular is improved. So it is very important for us to invest in a infrastructure development to enhance connectivity between the South and Southeast Asia. Bangladesh is also looking join the IMT trilateral highway project, and it helps much more connectivity in Northeast India with this part or the East India basically, so that we can join with the other Asian country, and cultural contact is always the first page of this brochure. Is you can see the how we can connect with the Myanmar whole thing again. For example, Buddhism is there, the religion of other faith, for example Muslim is there found, and I think that the Taj Mahal we can improve our the connectivity, and tourism can be enhanced at the same point of time. That is the road that is going away, and that helpful to connect with this country, so that we can have a proper infrastructure development, so that we can engage with much more comprehensive way in other area also. Let's see the first question of today. First question is about the Lexi-Loci Act of 1850 was related to which of the following thing. Number first, the abolition of the practice. Okay, the first question that you are telling is about the at that time of 1850, which of the following are the Governor General of that point of time. Number first is the Lord Dalhousie. Number second is the Lord Canning. Number third is Lord Clive. Number fourth, Wellesley. So you have to choose the correct option from these four options, and you have to make me clear that at 1850 which of the following has the authority over the Governor General. Number first option is related to the abolition of the practice of the female infanticide. It means that they wanted to reduce the infanticide type of a problem that exists at that point of time. Basically that exists at the hierarchical upper level. For example, the Brahmin society has much more infanticide than the other people. Second is that the right of the religious convert to inherit ancestral property. It means that the religious converted to inherit ancestral property. It means that for example, I converted in another religion, and if I wanted to but I could not, and I could not have, if I could convert in another religion, I could not have authority to have a right on ancestral property. But this act changed this way, so that the religious convert should have ancestral property, and that is recognized by this act. Number third, the abolition of the practice of sati. Number 4, the right of the widow to remarry. Mean that the remarry people, the widow people can remarry again. Time it is not the widow remarriage, but the male and female both can have this right. So it is a much more way you can say that the right of equality is substituted to the female also, at the same point of time male also. Let's see the second question. Consider the following statement regarding the reference to leopard in India. Leopard, the population of leopard, they are asking generally. So you have to choose the correct option here. Number first, India's leopard are the least concerned species as per the IUCN Red List. It means that the India's leopard are the least concerned, so that they have a proper numbering in our country. So it is not needed to preserve them in our centuries, etc. Karnataka has the highest population of India leopard among the Indian state, and that is news. And I talk it about in a one-liner of the vision itself. And let's discuss the next question. Which of the following will describe the rating shopping? That is very much used in news. Is term often seen in news. Number first option in front of you are, it is the unethical purchase of the social media review of product on e-commerce platform. It means that you are purchasing some material, for example from Flipkart, but Flipkart giving you money so that you can give a positive review. Number second is that it refers to the selection of the rating agency that will assign the highest rating or has a lax criteria. It means that for example, if you are taking help from Moody, who has authority to review and give stars as per their credit and their future prospect and the earlier past also, they have a complete comprehensive picture about you, and that display on the world board, and people are faith on these rating that they are providing with, and Flipkart are approaching these institutions and give their Flipkart in a better ranking position. So that is the whole process is known as the rating shopping. Number third, it is referred to undue influence of a rating on decision making of online shop. It means again the first option that are correlated with the third itself. Number fourth, that is the manipulation in energy efficiency rating or electrical appliances for influencing the buyer. So, for example, if you are purchasing the TV and they show the 5-star and people are influenced that they are 5-star and this use the less energy, so that you have to purchase for the sake of the preservation of that energy. So, it will be benefited in the future, not in an immediate cost. Number fourth is the question that is you can correlate the polity section, and the first question in front of you are consider the following statement regarding Rajya Sabha. A member elected in a by-election serve for only the remainder of the term of the vacancy. So it is like that. For example, every member of the Rajya Sabha has a 6 year of duration, but when after 3 years of age the person is died, at that position other elections are conducted by the Election Commission of India. So the by-election has an authority to leave 3 years left over of that personality in which the election are happened. Number second option, I think you are clear now. When there are 2 or more parties in opposition, to the government having the same numerical strength, leader of both are recognized as the leader of opposition. So it means that there can be a 2 leader of opposition in the parliament or the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, but you should clear in my mind here the leader of opposition have the same numerical strength of the winning of the post or the seats. No, the options are first, second. The good question, very well. First and second, and neither one and neither two. I think the second statement is much more, elaborate way. It can be important. The next question is can be correlated with the environment section. Consider the following statement regarding the methanogens. मतलब who are exhaling methane when they are respiring. Number first, they are the only known microorganism capable of methane production. It means that they have a capability to produce methane. For example, if you are growing paddy, there is a much more humongous methanol or a methane liberating bacteria there. They are found mostly in anaerobic environment. It means that they are found in anaerobic, ANEROBIC, anaerobic. They do not need oxygen to breathe, to respire, and they are extracting CH4. For example, I think the second statement, if we are much more elaborate, for example, anything in the environment are made up of the catenation property, because the catenation property of carbon, they make carbon compound, and if the carbon compound are found, and when there is oxygen, so CO2 are formed. When there is no oxygen, then hydrogen are formed, right? So you have the correlation between these two important things that I made to you clear. So you use this and make the answer in a make your own answer. So you have to choose again the correct option. Think about this line number first, second, both first and second, neither one, neither two. So you have to choose the correct option from this option. Let's see the answer here. The Laxi-Logai Act of 1850 was related to. So that is the second option, the right of the religious convert. I make you much more comprehensive detailed way. I try to make you understand that when I converted in another religion, I have not earlier before this act is come, I could not inherit my parents' property, but after this act, I can has eligible to inherit the property of my ancestor. It is not a hindrance. The religion is not hindrance to have a social right in my parental generation. Let's see, 1850 is the British called the Caste Disability Removal Act. It generally known as the Laxi-Logai Act. The Caste Disability Removal Act extends the principle of the Section 90 of the Regulation Act of 1832. So you have to see here. That's not so important. Let's see the next question. If you are talking about the India has the least concerned species, so that is no, because there is the upper hierarchy. For example, if you are know about the pyramid structure, the upper people have a much more carnivorous nature and they have a humongous, and they do not found in the area of the least concern. They mostly are endangered, the vulnerable category. So that is not correct. Karnataka has the highest population of India. Leopard among the Indian state, that also be wrong, because leopard is found in the, yes, that is the correct statement. If you are taking over because Western Ghat has a much more higher probability or the highest capacity to hold these leopard, but at the same point of time northeast region also be the competitor of this region. So you have the correct statement. Let's see, दोनों गलत हैं, but the explanation given by Vision. Status of leopard in India 2018 report was led by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Leopard was one of the most adaptive carnivore species which live closer to human habitat. It means that it is different from the lion who has escaped it, but they have a good or the extrovert fellow that can be live with the human. As per the IUCN Red List, Indian leopard Panthera fuscus was vulnerable species in India. There are nearly 13,000 leopard in Madhya Pradesh, having the highest population of leopard in India. Let's see the next question. Next question is about the rating shopping. It is referred to the selection of the rating agency that will assign the highest rating has a lax criteria. Bond rating agencies are comprised that access the creditworthiness of both the debt securities and their issue. So you can refer this question. Let's see the next question. Member of the by-election are for the remaining period of the period. Yes, that is correct. But second is not correct, because let's see the option. Where there are two or more parties in opposition to the government having the same numerical strength, the chairman, having regard to the status of the party, recognize any one of the leader of such parties as the leader of it means that the one is found the leader of opposition, and such recognition is final and conclusive. So we cannot go for the another part or the judicial review of whole thing that had happened in the case of the having equal numerical strength. Well, let's see the next question. Next question you can correlate with the environment section I told you about. The only known microorganism capable of the methane production, that is also right. They are found mostly in the anaerobic condition. That also be the right correct option. So both are correct here. Let's see the explanation that are given by within itself. Statement first is correct because methanogen are the only known organism that produce methane as a metabolic product in a hypoxic condition. Hypoxia is a condition where they do not require oxygen to carry out their respiration and the metabolism activity in the organism. Process of methane production is known as methagenesis. They are common in wetland where they are responsible for the marsh gas, and in the digestive tract of the animals such as ruminant and humans where they are responsible for the methane content of the belching in ruminant and fluctuations in human. It means that we can find the methogen in the ruminants, the bag of the ruminants, and the fluctuations in human being. Also among livestock, for example, methane production is greatest in ruminant as methogens are able to produce methane freely through the normal process of the feed digestion. So first, second is correct also. You can, let's see the next question. I think last question is there. Okay, that is important news and the one line of the news today, and you can correlate and you can read in the Hindu newspaper, and that because they are taking from all these information from the Hindu itself. So I make you headline clear. Let's see. Government plan to double the farmer mechanization in 10 lakh rupee. Next is the FSI notifying norms for the fortification of the processed food with a micronutrient. Number third, CIC reversal on order and electoral bond. So next is the matter antimatter asymmetry are found because there is a high energy here. Government is planned to set up development finance institution in the next 3 to 4 years. Next is the green national highway corridor is the news. Air pollution killed about 1.7 million population as per the 2019 report, the Lancet report. Ethnomedicine are important, can be there. Let's see the read it. Adivasis of the Jana village in Gumia district of Jharkhand are trying to preserve ethnomedicine. What is it? Ethnomedicine is a study of comparison of traditional medicine practiced by various ethnic groups, especially by the indigenous people. It is concerned with the cultural interpretation of health, disease and illness, and also address the health issues like a care seeker process and healthy practice. It mostly uses behavioral changes to diagnose and is based on the practice of indigenous religion in which the nature is worshipped. So it is very important we can preserve these things so that we can protect our environment in a very decentralized way, and it is very helpful for the whole world. Then next is the Aligarh Muslim University news. It made in 1877 by the Sir Ahmad Khan, and earlier it is called Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College also. And the famous alumni of this university are Dr. Zakir Hussain, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, Muhammad Hamid Ansari and Javed Akhtar, etc. are the important people that are studied from this university. Then Saguna rice technique. You can see here China buys India rice. So that is the news. And then Kilhayu volcano on Hawaii Big Island erupted recently. It is the youngest and the southeastern most volcano on the island of Hawaii. Hawaii is the only US state completely made up of islands. So you can have a proper clear cut understanding of all this topic. I think you are clear now. I think I should continue. Okay, I give you some of the detailed way of how I proceed with the other topic. I daily come up with this type of initiative and it will helpful. If this is helpful, please make me know and I will make other video also. And if you wanted to make this video in Hindi, you can also write in the comment section. And if you wanted that this is not important and should be discontinued, I can also this too. So you please share your own expression in the comment section. Thank you.